Okay, so welcome back, everybody. Today I got for you a Boker Pluss. This is also another balisong. This was gifted to me, and I think that was really cool. It's from a buddy of mine who I gave him a decent portion of some of the older knives I didn't really care for, but within that portion there was a couple of rare knives that weren't in production anymore. So out of that, he said that this is one of his ways to say thank you, is to give me one of these. And at first I heard of it, I seen it, I wanted to buy it, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. So let's get into it, everybody. Let's talk blades, because that's what we're into today. I've already cut the seal on it, but I haven't really looked at it. I just cut the seal in order to get to the contents inside, but I haven't opened it yet. So this will be the first time I opened it. So I've seen these on Blade HQ. I told my buddy the reason why I didn't want to purchase this was because I'm not a huge fan of Boker. I do like some of their stuff, but to me, and don't be offended by this if there are Boker fans out there, any Boker that I have gotten in the past hasn't really quite met my standards as a good quality knife. I think I got the it wasn't a plus though, it was just a regular Boker knife, and it was just cheap metal, cheap materials. It failed on me more than a couple times. I had two Boker, I think it was like realism or something to do with like realistic scenario knife number blah blah. Had a glass breaker on the bottom. It had a button lock. Not an opening, but a button lock. Had a thumb disc that you could just actuate the blade. I broke that one, and it was like 440 stainless steel. It was really low quality, but it had a really high price tag, and I was not blown away by it. The second Boker knife I ever got broke on me instantly. The liner on the inside wasn't matching up, so anytime you would lock, the liner lock, wasn't lining up with the blade very much, so you would have a little bit of blade play and handle play at the same time. And I ignored it. I used the knife, and it broke on me within a week. Ever since then, I never really bought another Boker unless it was something that I knew was like a Boker Plus. So this would be the second Boker Plus that I have in my collection. And I'm not a huge fan of Boker, but they are better than SOG. I absolutely hate SOG knives. And I'll go ahead and get into that. If you guys want me to, just let me know in the comment section down below why I hate SOG, and I'll do a special video for it. But I think that one SOG video that I had for one of those SOG knives that I do have in my collection explains most of it. So without further ado, I open it up, and this is the product. It looks pretty good so far. Another reason why I said that I didn't want to purchase this knife was because it's pretty obvious. I cannot get to the pivots. They are covered by these G10 handle scales, which are nice looking, very nice looking. But that would mean that if I need to get to them, to tweak them or do any type of tuning, fine tuning, that would mean I'd have to remove these scales in order to get to it. And who knows if it's, I don't know if it's pin construction or screw construction. I'm assuming it's screw construction, but I don't know what kind. So, and then of course, here this is the pocket clip. It is a very substantial pocket clip from what I understand. That's interesting. I really do like that latch. And apparently, if I'm right, it's kind of like a Morpho. Hey, it is like a Morpho. Look at that. Alright, so I'm going to flip this open real quick. I can tell you right now I like the look of the blade. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Thank you again. But this is this is probably the only thing that I actually like about this knife is the blade design. It's really nice. It's called the poon or harpoon because it's got this little fin at the top right here. Actually kind of nice. And the sharpening, like the grind on this is actually quite interesting. If you can see, it's kind of got like a shallow grind here, and then a very deep belly grind here up to the spine, and then the spine also has a little bit of a grind. So it's got this very unique look to it. No jimping, as far as I can see. There's no jimping, but they do have some. They have a couple of Zen pins in there that you can see. This does kind of weigh a little bit, so this is a very, very nice knife. Of course, I see it on there. It says Boker, and you got the T in the background for Boker Pluss. 0344, I think that's serial numbers, and of course it's made of D2. My first initial impressions of this, it's very nice. It's full length. I believe it's the bigger size of the two. I think there's like 2 kinds of this, and a total of 4. There's 2 other kinds that look a little less appealing. But these are actually kind of nice. My thoughts about this were wrong. I actually do like this a lot. This looks very nice. And it flips very nice. It's nice and it's loose. It's not tight in any place. It seems to freely swing as you see it. Oh, and just in case people are wondering, what does it come with? Well, the box comes with this, and this comes with that. And this also comes with these. And if you're wondering what these are just little pamphlets explaining the knife, warranty information, all that other good and happy, stuff. So you got one in German, and then you got one in English. So if you want to see what that looks like, there's the first open part. And then here it is all together, opened up, so you know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, all this good and happy jargon. So, very interesting stuff. I'll keep those in here, obviously. I think it's a very, very interesting knife. So I'll go ahead and get into the specs of it, so you guys understand how much it weighs, the length, and all that good and happy jazz. All right, so see how this weighs. Ooh, 5.37 ounces. So it's a little bit over what I would expect it to be, but it's within the 5-ounce range, and that's not too bad. That could be worse. It could be, 6 ounces, 7 ounces. Oh, all that's just bad. All right, so it's very smooth. I gotta tell you, there's no sharp edges on this thing that I can feel as I'm flipping it, so that's a very good sign. Yep, you're looking at 4 inches, 4 inch, no, 4 point, no, it's at 4 point, what the heck, 4 1/4 on the blade, and then the overall 9 1/4 altogether lengthwise. If it's closed, you're going to look at a 5-inch handle in your pocket. Doesn't come with, it doesn't come with anything but this pouch right here. So if you were to carry this thing, you'd have to drop it in the pocket or find some sort of leather sheath that would fit this so you can, put it on the waistband, or use the pocket clip. But for some weird reason, the way that I see it, I don't really care much for pocket clips when it comes to butterfly knives, because I don't know why they can't do it. I mean, it'd be really convenient if there was a deep carry pocket clip for these butterfly knives, but instead you get this much hanging out of your pocket or sticking out of your pocket at all times, so people can clearly see that you're carrying what it is you're carrying. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that you're carrying a butterfly knife because you see these 2 handles sticking out of your freaking pocket about 1/2 inch. I don't know why, but if they ever make deep carry pocket clips, they need to for these, because it would make a huge difference. That's just me, though. So we'll get into the width of things so you guys understand how wide it is. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit today, so forgive me. At a 1.4 on the blade, and on the handle, you are looking at a 11.6. So it's not too wide. Slim where it needs to be. I really do appreciate this latch right here. I really do. It's very nice, very, very, very nice. The handles are really nice too. It's this G10 has been shaved down to where it's nice and smooth, but it also provides a little bit of grip on there. It's not too aggressive at all, actually. these X's that you see on the handles really do help. So you know where to put your forefinger and your thumb when you're flipping. It's just perfect. I think it's really nice. My only gripe that I have about this is the fact that I can't get to the screws. And heavy flipping with this is probably not something I would advise unless, unless maybe these handle scales will actually keep the screws in without coming undone, maybe. I don't know. I would have to use this for a prolonged period of time in order to really find that out. But it runs on ball bearings as far as I'm understanding. And I think I can see them. So that's kind of a nice touch. Makes it smoother. So price tag on this I think is around about like 80, a little bit over 80. It's under $100 if you're interested in this Boker. Other than that, it's a really interesting knife. I really do enjoy it. It's going to go with the other balisongs I have, and hopefully this won't break on me like the other Bokers I've had in the past. So far, Boker's newer stuff, when you see Boker Pluss, I would get the Boker Pluss. Try not to get the regular Boker stuff, because I haven't had anything good to say about the Boker stuff, other than the fact that they just look cool. Just aesthetic-wise, but functionality, Boker, I don't know. They stepped it up with the Plus, so I think that's like a whole nother, like, oh, if you want better quality, here's Boker Plus. Like, okay, I think that's what I'm going to choose from now on. But the original Boker products, especially the two that I had years back, were not great quality. But this is a very, very big step up for them, and hats off. I think they hit a home run with this one. I looked on Blade HQ, and they are sold out of this one. They only have the smaller version available. So if you see it back in stock and you want it, I would suggest getting it, because it seems very popular. So my buddy that ended up getting me this actually got one for himself, so I don't know if he bought them out. He's a crazy dude, so it wouldn't surprise me. Anyways, go ahead and slash that. What the heck was that? That was weird. I felt like I was about to sneeze there for a minute, but it didn't really happen. All right, anyways, slash that like button, stab that subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys are notified anytime I post new stuff. In these newly crazy times, be kind, be safe, and please carry responsibly. And I'll see you guys in the next one.